All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
There it is. Welcome back to the channel.
So for a while, there's been another car in the garage, and we haven't really talked about it because we've been doing other stuff. Been working on Streetcar Joe's car, been working on the Tangstang, but in reality, Joe's been really working on this car, but we've left it because he wanted to get some progress done before he kind of showed you guys what's going on with it. So today, that's what we're going to bring you. So, Joe, what do we got going on here?
Yeah.
Another F-body.
It's another F-body. It makes me miss my F-body more and more every day.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It is really nice. But,
I don't know what year it is.
Well, when did you get it?
I got it like a month ago.
Oh, you've had, okay.
Pretty sure it's a 2000.
Yeah, we're going to go with 2000.
2000 Camaro. Got it a month ago. So a little backstory on the car. The guy, he works at Skog and Dickey. It's got their power plant in it. But I talked to him when I was doing my motor. I knew of the car. I'm like, hey man, how's it going? He's like, oh, just got to get a few things to get finished up, so on and so forth. This was, you know, I don't know, almost a year ago now.
Gosh.
And then, like, you know, my motor got done, and I'd been racing. I kind of followed up with him, like, hey, you know, how's your car going? Let's go racing sometime. He's like, oh man, you know, kind of struggling getting some of the stuff done.
Yeah. And
I'd made the comment, like, man, just bring it by. Like, I don't know what you need done, but just bring it by. Like, I'll get it finished up for you, thinking it needed a little here and there. But yeah. So I'm like, just bring it by. And nothing really came of it. And another few months goes by, and he actually hits me up. I finished Brady's car in this spot, and Brady's car hadn't run in a long time. And him and Brady talked, and he's like, hey man, like, what'd Joe do for you? Yeah. He's like, oh, he wired my car, he did this, he did that. You know, we finished up some fab work, so on and so forth. And it got Aaron, as the guy that owns this car, got him thinking, he's like, man, maybe I should take Joe up on that offer. So he hit me up, he's like, hey man, were you serious? Like, you know, would you look at finishing my car? I'm like, yeah, no, like, seriously, dead serious. Like, I'm tired of, you know, seeing shops not get you where you need to be. Yeah. Like, bring it by. I'll take care of it. So he sends me a list. I kind of just browse through it real quick. Like, oh, yeah, sure, fine.
Browse through 10 pages of what has to be done.
No big deal. Bring it by. So he actually, he's like, okay. So he drives across the country. It was a ways. We're not going to name shops. We're not here to bash any shops. Whatever. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. But he drives cross country to go pick this car up from a shop that was supposed to be doing a bunch of work on it. And they weren't. Picks it up, brings it here, and now it's in my garage.
And it's sat here ever since, hasn't done anything to it. So. No, there's a lot of, we're about to tell you guys, but there's like a lot of small things that had to be done that, like, if you look at the car as a whole, it hasn't changed much, but there's like a bunch of little stuff that had to be done first. Mm-hmm. So let's go through what we had to do. Yeah,
so it gets here, and you know, I kind of do the same mentality I did on my Mustang when I first got my Mustang as a roller. So I kind of start on the inside and work your way.
Yeah.
So I got on the inside, started looking around. There's a lot of holes, just, you know, were they taking panels off or drilled spot welds or fabbed the cage? They just didn't clean it up good. Yeah. It's like on a methanol car like this, you need the inside sealed. You need a safe. So I kind of started there, and I went through and I welded up all the holes. We made, you know, sheet metal around the cages and seam sealed it all. And like, by no means am I a body guy, but I mean, you know, we just cleaned up everything and got it sealed up and safe in here. Still have to address the trans tunnel, but we're waiting on some stuff for that.
But so there's some big holes on those bars that go under the floorboard right
Big
there.
Holes.
So Joe filled those in, seam sealed them, welded them up, primered them.
Clean them all, primer them. We're going to be painting the whole inside.
It's all going to get painted.
This is kind of work in progress. So then next, it had some tin work in the back. And it looked like it was a 1980s bracket car with the tin work. Like, it was just raw aluminum tin. It didn't look good. It didn't fit that good. So, and he had mentioned, he's like, hey, you know, like, if we get some extra time, could we just go ahead and take that out? And I need to do other stuff back here, fixing holes and other problems. So I'm like, no, now's the time. Like, if you want to do the tin work,
to come out anyway.
Let's just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So ripped out all the old tin work, and we laid down a bunch of awesome carbon.
I mean, look at that. That is one big sheet. So then he boxed it in on the sides.
Yeah, it's not all bolted, but it all fits perfect. It's boxed in, and it's all got nut certs on these, so you don't have to hold a nut on the bottom side. We built a battery tray underneath so it's supported, and then it actually bolts down right here. There's a Tin Soldiers race car battery mount. And then it's actually Tin Soldiers. I'm trying to think of where to pull up. Yeah, I can pull this one. But it's actually Tin Soldiers scallop strips.
That's what I used on
There you go, yeah. So it's all, yeah, you can see it's all in there and tack welded on. So Yeah, we went through here and we did all the carbon. It turned out super nice.
Yeah, no, it looks killer. And
I still got to paint everything. Like, there's a lot of stuff that needed to be addressed back here as well. Just kind of cleaning everything up, making it safe, making it right. So I'm going to paint back here as well. But then actually we're going to paint the roll cage. Ooh. So I've been stripping the roll cage down, getting it back clean again, looking good. I'm going to fill all these little holes. But he wants it painted body color. So this is a little test piece I did. We were trying to get the color match perfect.
You went through like 4 or 5 different colors.
Yeah, to get it perfect, we went through a few, and this one's actually been clear coated and everything. It hasn't been buffed and polished, so it'll actually come out a little better. But yeah, we're gonna paint the cage, so this is all gonna be painted body color, and it's gonna have the carbon underneath it. It's gonna look so good. This color, it's Mystic Teal Metallic.
So nice.
I don't know if these are gonna look. This has like, it's a blue-green. It's hard to get on camera.
The camera makes it look more blue.
Blue, yeah. There's a real good green metallic that you can see.
You can see the green like right through there,
But yeah, so we're gonna paint the cage to match the car. It's gonna look so good.
It's gonna look sick.
So that's kind of the first 2 steps, and then back up to the front. Those were, the first 2-3 weeks of work. And we came up here, and the first Rock Solid Motorsports did all this. Can't speak highly enough of their work, so let's just make sure that's clear. This car was at Rock Solid, and they did an amazing job there.
Not the shop you picked it up
Not the shop that we were having some issues with. So, but they did this turbo kit, super, super awesome turbo kit, and this is actually Rock Solid's tubed front end kit that they installed in-house there. So no, all this work is super awesome. We're having to get everything plumbed on the front end. So it's got an external oil pump, and it's got mechanical fuel pump. The fuel cell goes right here. So I'm plumbing everything as well. So we went through, mocked everything up, measured lines, fitting angles for the oil, the fuel system, the catch cans, everything. It's got a water tank to cycle water through the heads. So we got plumbed everything on that out and got it all spec'd out, and everything's on order right now. So we did that, and then I went to the suspension, front and rear suspension. Front suspension, just took it all apart, checked everything, make sure it's tight, put it all back up, aligned it, so it's all aligned, the brakes are good, everything's set up good on the front end. Rear end the same. We had some problems with the brakes and the axles, just different measurements, different pieces. You know how this stuff is, like it's supposed to work, but it never does. So yeah, we had to cut off some beauty rings on the axles and press stuff off, press stuff on, and in the end we had to move it 100,000ths of an inch. Gosh. But the brakes wouldn't work. Yeah. So it went through all that, got all that fixed up for them. There's still some stuff to address on the rear suspension. We're kind of waiting on some parts, but we got adjust some of that stuff to get it right where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Brake system, went through, did the entire brake system. It had no brakes plumbed. So actually have Motion Raceworks kit. Shout out to Motion Raceworks. There's going to be a lot of their parts on this car. But this is their kit. They sell like a whole kit that comes with the proportioning valve and the lines and everything. So that's their proportioning valve. He had a line lock we tucked up here. Made all these lines and finished all the brake system up on it. So it's ready to go. And now, yeah, just knocking through each item.
10-page list.
Yeah, so, I'm going to get it plumbed, kind of tidy up the front, get everything good. And then the next step, I feel, is going to be wiring. So it needs a complete wire job.
Joe's specialty.
Joe's specialty. I love it. And this is a Fuel Tech car, and I'm really looking forward to messing with the Fuel Tech. So it's got an FT600 on it, and it's got every harness and everything you could ever imagine. It's a dual injector car. So it's got 16 injectors like mine, but it's on a single fuel rail, which is really cool. I like that. It's a cool setup. So I'm really looking forward to wiring this. And then he has a different brand, but it's a lot like mine, the Street Strip relay boards. He's got one, to work like the brake lights and the air to water pump and, ignition and starter. And so he's got all that. So I'm going to be wiring that in as well. I think we're going to do a super cool carbon panel and mount it all up. And so looking forward to that.
Now, he's got super legit parts all over this car.
Yeah, so I guess we can kind of go through the parts as well. We didn't even really mention those.
Yeah, that's just what Joe's got to do and has done.
Yeah, and there's more to that list. By no means was that the whole list, but pretty much see how it is now, and then when it leaves here, we're going to a racetrack with it. It'll be race ready when it leaves here.
It's the only way to leave Joe's garage.
Oh, that's the only way. And this car hasn't run in a few years, several iterations of projects and different items, and now it's going to leave here running. And it's going to leave here running sooner than later for sure. I don't mess around.
So what's the setup on it?
So Skog and Dickey, they did the motor in it. It's an LSX block. It's a 374. Is that right?
Yeah.
374 LSX motor, super nice internals. It's a solid.
Okay.
Oh, I got something in my throat.
Are you okay? Get this
solid roller, which Streetcar Joe is working on a race car. But anyways, so no, it's got solid roller and Brodix heads, super legit top end Frankenstein intake. You can see that. This motor, so they actually have an engine dyno in house at Skog & Dickey, and they built it there. They took the turbo kit, took it into the dyno room,
so cool.
Set it all up, and like without even trying, it did over 2,000 horsepower. We'll have a dyno video that we're going to put in here. Yeah. But yeah, I made over 2,000 horsepower, not even pushing the turbo hard. It's a Precision XPR turbo. It's got that fancy cover on it, the like bulletproof safety cover. So yeah, you know when that's on there, it's making big power. So I don't even know what size it is, but yeah, it's a big Precision XPR turbo. But it wasn't even breathing hard, made it well over 2,000 horsepower. And I'm sure like that was just to get everything, make sure it's good.
It works, yeah.
And yeah, I'm sure he's gonna really turn it up on the track.
So it's single turbo LSX methanol car.
Yeah,
it's gonna make some steam.
It's gonna make some steam. It's gonna make some steam. I mean, his up pipes and crossover is like bigger than most people's exhaust. So yeah, no, it's super legit. Super legit.
Yeah, I mean, so the plan is like he's gonna just do small tire stuff all year.
I think, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna sneak in a hydraulic roller and a radiator. So we're gonna sneak him in some streetcar classes, but no, yeah, I think small tire. I don't even really know the plans, like what he plans on racing competitively or what. I think he just wants to race. He just wants to race. Like nothing wrong with that. So and then it's got a PTC transmission and converter setup. We gotta go through the flywheel is the wrong one. You gotta fix some stuff down there, but small stuff. But yeah, super awesome PTCs, like one of their top built awesome PTC transmissions. Got their awesome converter in as well. Tons of Midwest chassis. Big shout out to Midwest Chassis on this. It's got a lot of their suspension components, and then Eric over there at Midwest Chassis, he's been helping me a lot on the rear end, geometry and getting it set up and just making sure everything's good. It's got all their pieces. It's actually their rear end, their suspension pieces, so that's nice stuff as well. I'm trying to think what other great parts it's got. It's all like top shelf.
Yeah, no,
stuff.
He's got everything.
Like it puts my car to shame. Like I love my Fox body, and I feel like I did nice stuff on it. And then I look at this car, and I'm like, well, okay, nice. Just not even worth it. But yeah, no, super looking forward to getting this car going. Maven, they've been a big help as well. We're using a lot of their fittings and components and mounts on this car. But also, Jared at Maven's been helping me. We've had a spacing issue with some of the turbo kit stuff. And he whipped out, machined me a piece and sent it right over and got us fixed up. And yeah, those guys have been a big help as well. A lot of great companies involved with this level of build.
Yeah, no, this thing, when it comes together, it's crazy to see where it's at now. Because when it's all completed, it's gonna be insane.
It's so nice. It's a super low mile car too.
Yeah, the car itself is in good condition.
The paint is perfect, and like I mean, the interior like door panel things haven't ever been taken off. Yeah. Like it is so. He
had speakers still in there.
They're still there. I'm leaving. I'm sneaking in a little radio and a radiator, and we're going cruising. Mark my word, when this thing's running, the first pictures will be me at Sonic getting ice cream. I don't care if it's methanol only. I'll get it there.
Somehow we'll get it there.
I will get to Sonic and get ice cream, and we're going to do a photo shoot.
No, this car's going to be super legit. So you can follow Aaron on Instagram.
Yeah, what is it? Mystic?
1SC?
1SC.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
He works at Skog & Dickey. If you guys need any parts, you can hit him up.
For real, no, definitely. That's another thing to talk about is like not only they're like the largest GM parts dealer in the U.S. or something.
Yeah.
Like, they got tons of parts. So if you need any GM parts, hit them up. But they also have their Raceshop now. Kurt Urban builds the motors there. He's like an LS legend.
Yeah.
He's been doing this since like they had the prototype engines back in like the mid-90s. But anyways, he works there in the Raceshop, and it's relatively new. Within the last few years, they've really got the Raceshop up and going. State-of-the-art equipment. They got an amazing clean room to build the engines. In-house dyno. Like, they can take you from start to finish and get you an engine from, you know, whatever you need, stock block style like my car. Or if you want to go all out race, just crazy to the moon motor, they can take care of whatever. So definitely hit those guys up. Yeah, they got a lot of nice stuff.
I think it's cool when people actually race their stuff and they work it.
No, yeah, it's super cool. And Aaron does, I don't even know his actual job title there, but he's helped me spec his parts, whether he's doing it on, you know, on his spare time just to help me out, or if that's actually, I think that's his actual job there. I think he like specs motors and combinations helps people and picks the right parts and does that. But they totally kill it. Lead times on a motor that I did with them, like they beat their estimated time, and like I've never had that happen in a machine shop ever.
Usually it's like, hurry up and wait.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we'll get you done in 6 to 8 weeks. 10 weeks later, oh, we're still waiting on some pistons. But no, they beat their times and they did an amazing job, and my motor's been great. This motor made crazy power. Any, you know, race motor I've seen come out of there has done really good. And they're getting more into heads-up stuff. I think they're known more for their bracket side, but they're doing a lot of high horsepower heads-up stuff now, so check them out.
Yeah, so this car's going to be legit when it leaves Streetcar Joe's garage. Joe's always got to put his touch on it.
Dude,
so he's got to plumb it, wire it, paint everything, put the whole interior back together. But it's going to be...
It's no big deal.
Yeah, it's not... it's just another day in Streetcar Joe's garage.
Yeah. If I get parts, like we need parts.
Yeah, parts
Rona is making parts hard.
Yeah, parts are tough.
They are.
But yeah, you guys are going to have to look forward to this build. We'll post some more once it gets some more done on it, but we kind of waited to finish a few things.
Yeah, I wanted to get it presentable and some of my touches on it for you guys to see where
the carbon's probably my favorite. That stuff's so sick.
The what? The carbon it turned out so good.
So cool.
So good. I can't wait to get it all painted back
once
here.
the cage is painted,
it's going to look so
It's hard to make a car fast and look good.
No.
Usually you get one or the other.
Yeah, no.
Unless you come out of Streetcar Joe's
garage. Unless you come over here, which if you got a car and you've been messing around with shops and you can't get nothing done, slide into my DMs. Like, I'll hook you up.
We don't have any more room, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah, no big deal.
So make sure you guys follow Aaron on Instagram. You can hit him up on Facebook if you guys need parts from Scog and Dickey. Follow Streetcar Joe on Instagram. Always. He's almost at 10K, and we've got a cool giveaway coming at 10K. Yeah.
Someone said a Draggy. That's a good idea.
A Draggy would be a good one. They're inexpensive, and they're fun. Draggies are awesome.
So, I don't know. Somehow, we got to figure out something. I could get to 10K, and I got to give someone something cool.
Yeah,
so.
We're going to do something cool. So make sure you guys follow Aaron's build. And we'll do some updated progress on it once it gets further along.
Yeah, for sure.
But Joe said he'll have it done by Christmas time. He'll be racing by January 1st. So, guys, that's going to do it for today's video.
Oh, man.
Aaron's going to save that part.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I heard.
Yeah. I heard he was going to be doing my Christmas.
Oh, do you got the wheels for it? We show him the wheels real quick.
I should.
You took them, didn't you? Son of a... Well, on the next video.
But yeah, that's the next one. We got to leave some there.
We'll leave some.
The wheels are happening.
Yeah, he's got sweet wheels on
it.
So this car literally was not skipped. Nothing was skipped on this car. He bought everything super nice, which is always legit to see. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this car. This thing is going to be making some steam. It's probably going to be the fastest car coming out of the garage. Well, for sure. You know.
Ouch. No, I think
solid hydraulic.
It's going to be legit. It's going to be super fast. I'm happy to be a part of the build, to be honest. Like, cool. Help him out, get it out of, some bad situations, and get it done and get him racing. Like, I'm just glad to be a part of it. Like, I think it's cool Streetcar Joe's name is going to be attached to part of this build. Like, it's super cool.
It says a lot if someone brings this caliber of a car to your two-car garage and says, hey, finish my car.
I think people are going to start hitting like, Joe, it's time you get an actual shot. Like, you got to quit doing this out of your garage.
It just works so good.
Yeah, but I'm a one-man show. I can't work on more than one or two cars. Like,
and
I need a lift, though.
The heat is nice in here.
No, it's nice. Like, it's nice and toasty. It's cold outside. Like, I like it.
So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. We'll get you guys an update soon once Joe gets further along. And we'll see you guys on the next one.